you made it to the very end of this free quick trading course. A decision that most people cannot make, and I want you to be proud of that. You see, you sat for the last 3 hours and made the decision to learn a brand new way of making money online, and you need to be proud of that because I am proud of you. You see, you are already ahead of 95% of people. Right? You made that decision to learn a brand new way of making money online, and now your life is going to change. You have made the decision to learn quick trading, which 95% of people will never even experience or know of. Why? Because they either would have watched the first couple minutes of the introduction and completely left the remainder of the course. They may have started the course but not completed it. However, you are here and you need to remind yourself that you are already better than them and your life is going to change and you're going to make more money than them. Keep that in mind. Now, what exactly did you learn inside of this course? Let's do a quick recap, right? So you learned the fundamentals of quick trading, where it was the basics of quick trading, the core risk management principles of it, as well as psychology. We learned that psychology is probably the most important thing because all the other operating systems, like the strategy, like the risk management, and like your rules and like your processes and the basics, can all be great, but if your psychology is not great, you're not going to be making money, right? And obviously, the one and only reliable strategy, which is the intra-bar continuity strategy. Now, this is where most people fail, right? Most people fail at this point because you could have gone and pretty much learned this entire free course. You can feel like your life is going to change. However, you will likely overtrade, right? This is where most people fail. Why though? Because they overtrade, they get emotional, they don't follow their system, because one of these could happen, right? And I know it could very likely happen to you because you can have that great system, you can have the great risk management, but I fear that you will still get emotional. Maybe you don't get emotional, but I fear that your strategy is not going to be great in terms of its execution or in terms of your systems and your processes. And that purely comes down to trying, well, you and anyone watching this video trying to figure it out alone, right? And that's like the biggest problem, right? Let's go back. Trying to figure it out alone. That is a massive problem as a learner and as a student because trying to figure it out alone, firstly, is going to create more confusion, but also you won't have structure, you won't have guidance, you won't have the full direction and trajectory and the end goal. I always tell my students, you need to know exactly what you need to be aiming for. And if you can't aim towards something, you are more likely to fail and to quit, right? Trying to figure it out alone is probably one of the worst things you can ever do. So, what exactly is the next step? Well, the next step is for you to go and learn the basics, right? Then, after you have learned the basics by watching this course, understanding quick trading, the next thing I want you to go and do is practice on demo until you are comfortable with everything in front of you and you believe that you can then go and move on to the real account where you can start making money for yourself. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you exactly when you should go into a real account. Only you will know. However, I can also stipulate certain requirements that you should meet inside of the program, which you are more than welcome to join, which will tell you the best possible time for you to go onto a real account. Now, the next thing and the most important thing that you need to do as your next step after you have done the demo, after you have learned the basics and gone onto a real account, you need to then get into the right environment. And what I mean by the right environment is pretty simple. It is the community that I built. And that's exactly why I built the community. The quick trading community, which by the time you watch this video will have over 450 members inside of it. Inside of it is a beginner-friendly 18+ hour program where you get weekly live calls where we give you educational Q&A and mindset calls. You get access to daily 10 to 30-minute lesson recordings, live trading session recordings, over 400 plus traders to build your network, and on top of that, calculators, software, checklists, trading journals, and weekly recordings for FAQs. Not only do we give you the structure, not only do we give you the direction for you to go and succeed in quick trading, but we also give you that personalized feedback, that personalized guidance that you need to give you more structure so that you aren't only trading alone, right? Next, you can do this alone, right? You're more than welcome to do it alone, but you need to realize something very important. It will take longer, it's going to cost you more, and you are more likely to quit. Why is that? Not having the structure, not being part of an elite community with mentors, with experts like me in this space of quick trading who are making millions, you're going to realize that you are going to be further behind than us, and that's going to take you longer to master and understand. And it's going to cost you more. Why? Because if it takes you longer, it's going to cost you more of your time. And what is that likely going to cause? Frustration, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear that this is not going to work out. And you are then very likely to actually go and quit. Now, this is what I actually don't want to happen to you. I don't want any of this to happen to you. I want the best for you, right? If you are truly serious about quick trading, if you are truly serious about making it the way of making money in your life, that predominantly changes it, that changes the course, that changes the trajectory of your life, and allows for you to quit your 9 to 5, to drop out of university, to provide you financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, being able to spend time with your family, being able to travel anywhere in the world, being able to never look at the price tag or of anything, and you actually want to be consistently profitable, then consider the program. Now, how exactly will you join? That's pretty simple, right? You can either join using the link in the main description of my YouTube profile. All you have to do is click the link over here where it says school.com quick trading /about, or linked to this video and all the other videos inside of my YouTube channel and in this course, there is a link over here where it says click to join my community of traders, and it will take you to the exact same page. Now, the question is, will you make that decision? Will you make quick trading the skill that changes the course of your life? A brand new way, a fresh way to make money online that you have never, ever, even have seen before. I'll see you inside only if you make that decision.